Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another live show. Of course, tonight we are looking ahead to our trip to Birmingham tomorrow. Obviously after the weekend and what we've been witnessing over the last few weeks, already I feel like I'm checked out already. I'm disconnected again, like last season. There's always a new season. There's always a new. When you go into a new season, you always feel like it's a fresh start. And you kind of think, let's try and have a really good season. But unfortunately, the pattern is emerging already. It's extremely worrying. What is happening on the field, and I'm just checked out now. I'm fed up, and I kind of almost want the season to be over already, even though it's just kind of started. And I know maybe that sounds dramatic, but if this is what the season's going to bring, this kind of start like we've had, I just think it's going to be another long season, isn't it? It's one of those. But look, we're going to get into the show. We're going to obviously, have a look at Birmingham first and take a look at our perspective too. But these match previews, I would love to have, come on here and, be happy about doing them and, be bubbly and, and positive. But no, I don't feel that way at the moment. I think the club is in a complete mess. There's no, and we're just consistently being let down. So, anyway, let's say a few of those before we get into the show. But that's kind of my opening there. Blue Terrier said if we thought this game would be tough, it's going to be even tougher with no Nichols. Yeah, we're going to get into that. That just pretty much sums up our look. I think any game we go into at the moment, it's going to be tough because you just never know what you're going to get with these players. We're not consistent enough from minute 1 to 90. It's always going to be a struggle, no matter who you play. But tomorrow night, MH says, "Oh, my life hasn't stopped the rain all day." Yeah, it's been a horrible day, hasn't it, weather-wise? Freezing cold as well. And it's miserable. Like my road actually is quite flooded. It's quite kind of like flooding a little bit. So it's horrendous, isn't it? And he says, "Hello, mate. Hope you're okay." Yeah, big up to you. Yeah, like I say, I'm doing the best I can at the moment. But look, we're here, and it's like you guys always cheer me up, of course. Joshua says, "Evening, Ryan. Hope you're having a great day and hope you're okay." Price is in. Yeah, Price, you just kind of tone down your language, kind of. I'm not going to put that comment because I do think I'm going to rephrase what you've said because I don't think it's a bit inappropriate, one word that you've used. But look, you said we're going to get thrashed. I'm going to use thrashed instead of the word you used, 3-0 tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not surprised that you don't feel like we're going to do anything in this game, and I'm feeling the same as well. NH is, "Hi mate, are you off down tomorrow?" I'm going tomorrow, and apparently I haven't sold 1,000 tickets. No, I'm not going tomorrow. I'm doing a watch along actually tomorrow night, so I'll be live here doing a watch along again. So no, I'm not going. Just kind of cutting back, money wise, and just saving my money, to be honest with you. Like I said, I will get to a few more away games, and I will do some away games, but I'm not doing every single one. I can't really afford to do every single one anyway, to be fair. So, no, I'm not. But hopefully you have a safe journey down, and but we have so many tickets. But this proves that people are already feeling disconnected. I know it's a midweek game, but we would have brought a few hundred more than that in a midweek game usually. And the fact that we haven't even sold, we've sold under 1,000 tickets. I think it's under 1,000, not 1,000. It's under 1,000. I think just pretty much sums it up, to be honest with you, doesn't it? Come on, Town, help Blackpool out. Callum says, yeah, I mean, we need to help ourselves out first before anybody else. John says, evening, mate, looking forward to the game. Not sure it will be as one-sided as people think. Well, look, for me, I think it will be one-sided, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't think it will be. That's just where I see it. So maybe you're right, but I don't know. I just feel like we're not going to do much in this game at all. Make sure you drop a like on the video, guys. By the way, if you are in this, are in the stream right now, it does help a lot with the algorithm of the video, get the video out there, and subscribe. If you are new, we are on the road to 700 subscribers, and we're getting closer. We're getting closer, but yeah, anybody that isn't, please do help. Prices, sorry, yeah, no worries. I'm just like, I'm not reading comments now that say stuff like that. I also just was reading, but I've got reminded that Nickel's out. I think we're going to lose 4-0 now. Yeah, true. Anyone could smash us right now, not exactly hard. Yeah, absolutely, exactly. It's not hard, is it? But look, we're going to look at Birmingham first, our opponents, of course, first, and we'll get into our perspective in a moment. But yeah, look, they've won 6 league games in the bounce, Birmingham, looking for a 7th win against us. Their manager, Chris Davis, relatively new to the scene, isn't he, really? A new manager. Obviously, he's had a few high-profile assistant manager roles at various clubs before he came to Birmingham and took the manager's job, head coach, whatever you want to call him now. Look, I don't really know much about Davis. I haven't really watched much of. Something's obviously working because look what he's doing. The players have bought into what he wants, and yeah, okay, they've got quality, but yeah, they still have to buy into what he's doing, and they obviously believe in him. So yeah, he must have something about him, but I don't really know what kind of style we can expect from them. Obviously, very attacking, of course, but not sure about anything else there. Yeah, Callum, I know it was very embarrassing for sure. We don't have a plan A, so we aren't going to have a plan B, C, D, E, etc. What's the point? Yeah, I know we don't. We only have one way or no way, don't we? And that's the problem. Any team that does have some sort of success do have more than the plan A. You have to have a plan B, a C, and you got to adapt. And unfortunately, we only have one way or no way, and that's the biggest problem, isn't it? Look, key players that I've kind of pinpointed, let me know. Big up to everyone that's tuning in below. We're 19 of you on here. Thanks to you. Drop a like, guys, and subscribe if you're new. Big up to you all. But key players to look out for tomorrow evening for me. So Christian Bielek, the captain, obviously centre half. Very good player, leadership at the back, and I think he, is certainly a good defender. So certainly not going to be easy to, get past him, and obviously our forwards have a task on their hands. But look, I think he's a good player. The next player, a guy that's in the attacking positions, William Williamson. He scored the last game, actually. Obviously, Birmingham came from 2-0. I think they came from 2-0 down to win 3-2. So look, they've got that resilience, that character, something that we haven't had. What we haven't got when we go behind. We know what happens there. And obviously the strikers, obviously Alfie May. Hate to say it, but Alfie May, we know how much we would have loved him at the club, at our club, and he's a goal scorer, and our defence have to be on it. There's no question about that, because if he gets any sniff, he will score. And same with Jay Stansfield as well. If it's again. They have been alternating between the two, haven't they? I think from what I've seen, having a little look at their recent team lineups that they've been bringing, that they've started with. They've kind of gone with Stansfield one week, and then Alfie May the next. Obviously, both players coming off the bench as well during the game. But definitely so. Now I have got a possible lineup for Birmingham tomorrow evening. obviously Peacock, Farrell in goal, Gardner, Hickman, Clara, Bielek, Cochrane, Ayata, Pike, Williamson, Lyndon Dykes, Cause, and Hanson and May. So look, we're going to have to see what happens, but look, it's going to be a tough test against a team that we know have spent a lot of money. That doesn't guarantee success, of course, but it certainly helps. And yeah, no, it's going to be a tough game. I'm kind of fearing the worst, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's get to the comments and see what everybody else is saying. John says Davies, ex-Spurs assistant, works into Ange and Brendan Rodgers. He also says we play possession attacking football and are incredibly high on the possession stats. Yeah, well, thank you for that, John, for giving a bit of insight. Thank you very much. Yeah, obviously, Davies, like I say, has worked at high-profile clubs. Assistant manager-wise, though, like I said, this is his first managerial job, first team head coach. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And like I said, that's kind of what to expect as well. So thank you for that. Look, we're going to be up against it tomorrow. I just can't see us getting anywhere. But we're going to have to wait and see. Pricey says, playing a 3-5-2 formation, we are just going to get exploited and exposed every game. And it's what we've been shown. Yeah, no, I agree. And that's why I do not like the three at the back. I've already made it clear. I don't like the three at the back. But Duff isn't going to change. And he said that because in his press conference, the other day, he said the formation isn't the problem. That's what he said. So everybody, the fans are saying, well, the formation needs to be changed, but apparently Duff thinks that it's not the formation. So he's going on about stats, XG, and all this nonsense. It's about winning football games. It's about putting the ball in the back of the net. No mind there's all these ridiculous, silly stats that he's been saying in recent weeks. So yeah, no, I agree. It's just going to keep happening. We're just going to keep having the same thing. It's just the pattern is just continuing because nothing is changing. He's not changing the system. May doesn't stand me. He's on the bench. Oh, all right, fair enough. Well, it does say in the predicted line that I got from when I had a look at the research, the little preview on when I searched it. First thing came up. It said May was predicted to start a possible lineup, not predicted, but anyway. Blue Terry says Stansfield, Money May. I love how you put Money May at the front. Money is his first name, yeah. Pike, Sung Ho, and Clara. Yeah, no. So thank you for giving me a few names there that we should look out for. Blue Terrier need to change the formation. I say a 4-3-3 formation. Yeah, we do. I do like a back four. And I think it does give you a bit more, especially with the lack of pace that we have. I think the back four is more suited to what we have available at the moment, and that's it. So yeah, thanks, John. Definitely makes the town fan feel better a lot. I know he's just yeah. I mean, look, honestly, but look, we're going to get into our perspective then now. Obviously, we're going to touch upon Birmingham a little bit. But obviously the main part of the show is about us. Look, like I said, we're going to this game having lost the last 3 games in the bounce. Losing 6 out of the last 7 games, as well. So it's just utterly dreadful, isn't it? And we're going to this game with so much lack of confidence. And I think that is what worries me the most because you can't afford to go to these places when there's a team that's on form as well. And be tentative and not show a little bit of confidence, because you're just going to get absolutely turned over. So it does worry me a lot. And the performance we've seen glimpses of what we can do, but glimpses isn't enough. Glimpses is not going to win you a full match, especially against a team like Birmingham. So yeah, I'm massively worried. Now, the team news. Look, obviously someone's already touched on it, but Nichols has been ruled out, obviously our number 1 goalkeeper, for 10 to 12 weeks. Honestly, we've just got a team full of crocs at this stage. Not at this stage, we've had them for age now, but look, it's just honestly ridiculous. And then why is it that most of these injuries are long injury layoffs. Why are they always long layoffs, like long layoff injuries? But why is it? You know, it's not just 1 or 2 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks. It's literally, 8 to 10 weeks that we're being ruled. These players are being ruled out. So honestly, it's dreadful. But Duff did confirm this in his press conference today, saying that Lee has been playing with a damaged ligament in the elbow. So my big question here is why is he still been playing if he's had a slight issue? Obviously a damaged ligament in his elbow is a serious thing. So why is he been playing with that? What kind of medical team have we actually got at the club? Because common sense suggests that if you play with an injury, you're going to aggravate it even more. So why is he played on Alevino? He said he requires surgery on it. He's already booked in for this week to have it done, and it will be 10 to 12 weeks, as I said. Not what we need. Absolutely not. But yeah. Let's have a look at what everybody else is saying as well. We're going to keep these comments flowing because it's been great this evening for me. All these comments coming in. We need to set up a 4-3-3 formation and buy players in January. A left winger, striker, and right winger. Sorba Thomas is a huge loss if you are looking currently at this squad. Look, I've already said I think Sorba Thomas was a big problem player because he didn't want to be at the club, and B, he was very, very petulant kind of player. I don't think he, made the dressing room toxic. And to be honest with you, you can tell it's still kind of toxic now, but I think he made it a lot, really toxic, because I just think when you have a player like that, it's all about him, and he's just very, I just think, he thinks he's bigger than the club. I don't really think you need players like that, but look, I agree, I get what you're talking about, so we do need to go in the January window and get some players, but again, I don't trust the people in charge at the moment to get the players we need, because we've seen it time and time again with the board just making completely ridiculous decisions. So until we have a change in the boardroom level, I can't even think about January and think we're going to get what we need, because these people are in positions, shouldn't be in the positions they are. We need experienced, people in the building, and we need people that have got a track record to go out and get players that, add quality to the team, but also take the team forward massively. So, yeah. John said it's about midfield. You will need to get the better of Pike and Iwata in there. I'd say you got to put 3 in there against them too. If you go man for man, it will be a long evening. Yeah, the midfield is going to be an intriguing battle, and we've seen, well, you haven't seen, John, but as town fans, we've seen the midfield has been a big problem area where the midfield has been bypassed too easily. And that concerns me a lot, because, you have to, that midfield is going to be an important battle, like you said. Sob would walk into the team right now. Well, yeah, that's not hard, is it? I miss the Curum and Thomas link up. Yeah. And Ainsy said, hi mate, hope you're okay. Big up to you, Aiden. Hope you're well. Nichols needs to go, in my opinion. He's had his time. We need another solid goalkeeper. Yeah, I mean, look, I think there has been a few questions about Nichols, hasn't there, recently, about whether he should have been maybe sold on, in the summer. There were question marks whether we were going to keep him, and obviously he's kept him, and look what we see now. He hasn't made a bad start to the season. He's been quite good, hasn't he? But yeah, I get what you're saying. He's kind of had his time, so maybe it's time to move on for him. But the problem is, we've gone into the season with him as our number 1. So, and now we're in an issue. We're in a big position. We're in a problematic situation. The goalkeepers. Make sure you smash the likes, everyone, and subscribe if you're new on the road to 700 subs. Yeah, big up to you, Aiden. Thank you very much. Yeah, do make sure you do drop a like on the video, guys, and subscribe. Like Aiden says, it would mean a lot to me. Just help the channel grow. And it's been quite a busy one this evening. I've got more numbers than I usually have, which I don't know if it's because I've got the Birmingham. Obviously, I don't know if Birmingham fans are watching this and they've staying quiet maybe, but yeah. I don't trust the board either, but we can't wait. We don't have time to waste. Yeah, this is the problem. Yeah, but the thing is, we need to get the changes. We need the board to change before the January window, ideally, before we get to that point. That's the point. But No one trusted the board, as we know. Cartwright has been poor, but equally recruited has been poor long before he joins. Yeah, but Blue Teddy, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses anymore. We're in the here and now. It doesn't matter what's happened before. We're in the here and now. And the past 2 seasons, Cartwright has been in the building, and it's been a complete disaster. He signed players that are injured. He signed players that are clearly not up to the task, not, really, up to our quality level. He's just not done the job he should be doing. So I know what you're saying, but I'm not comparing about what's happened before he's come in. I'm talking about the past 2, last season and then into this season. It's just not good enough. We waste enough time and don't financially push to get the quality we need. Like, for example, Birmingham. Yeah, we do waste time. I agree. We just mess around and look what happens. We end up with absolute dross in the building. We're going to lose 7-0 tomorrow. I'm sorry, but I have 0 confidence tomorrow. Blow me naked. I mean, look, I'm not confident either, to be honest with you. But 7-0, blow me neck. That would make us even. That would be a shocking scoreline to come out with. Absolutely. Prices. When you say that money spent doesn't guarantee for success, but it helps. We can't do that because we can never help ourselves. Yeah. We can't do that because well, we do. I agree. But we don't have the money that Birmingham will have. That has, obviously. We aren't going to get a new board, unfortunately. We just have to accept it. Well, the thing is, unless we shouldn't have to accept anything. I disagree. Why should we have to accept a board that is underperforming? As fans, we can put pressure on the owner to make that decision. Ultimately, it's down to him, eventually. But we can express our concerns at every opportunity and say, look, well, So, no, we don't have to accept it. I don't agree. Why should we accept mediocrity? So, yeah, that's just my view on it. Some Birmingham fans are really annoying, saying Huddersfield fans are not saying that. I'm sorry, but people have work in the morning. Not only, why would you watch us when we've been in such bad form? Yeah, look, I'm not a big fan of Birmingham fans in the whole. Fair enough, John seems to be a good Birmingham fan, seems very level-headed, very nice. But yeah, a lot of the fans on social media are all, just too loud, too big for their own boots, I think. So yeah, no, I agree. But look, I think for me, the reason why we haven't sold many tickets for tomorrow is because ultimately, yes, it is a midweek game, and obviously, it's a couple of hours away from here, and obviously people have got work as well. But I think we would have at least sold about 300 or 400 more had we have. I don't think it's just about the form though either. I think us as fans can accept if we go out there before, give it our best shot and have a go. But unfortunately, when you're not getting results and when you're performing badly, it doesn't exactly make people want to go and spend their hard-earned money to watch utter dross, does it? It's not like we're going out there and having a go and we know that we're going to see a performance and we're just going to give it our best. It's not like that. So so I think the form is poor. I get that, but I think it's the performance as well that we're getting at the moment. People just disengaged. Most Birmingham fans are off the job since they can most likely go as they spend their dough money on tickets. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of Birmingham fans, and I think they're very arrogant, to be honest with you, on the whole. But yeah, I'm not saying everyone. Like I said, John's a good one in here that comes in now and again. So yeah, I'm not speaking to you, John. If the last few games were being played in my background, I'd shut the curtains. yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, I absolutely agree. I think I'd be doing the same too. Same here, but yeah. But yeah, let's have a look at what you also said about obviously he was asked about the goalkeeping option as well, wasn't he? And obviously we know Chris Maxwell is supposedly our number 2, but obviously he's also coming back from an injury, more of a health injury, as he's had problems with his heart apparently. And obviously they're not going to rush him back because it's a very, I don't know what the word is, but it's a difficult area to rush somebody back in with. You've got to be 100% sure that he's all right. And so look, Maxwell is making a slow return to the training protocol, but obviously he's not going to. He's going to be at least out for the next few games. We might see him after the international break. I would guess. And also, obviously, Chapman, who's obviously our younger goalkeeper, has kind of been thrust into the spotlight now. And how is he going to deal with that, guys? Because we did see that I don't think he's the best, with his kicking. I think his kicking's quite poor. We've seen many a times, against Reading where he was quite panicky on the ball. I think he's a good keeper, though. I'm not going to see him in Slating because I think Chapman is a good keeper. But he hasn't got much experience, in senior football. And, yeah, he's kind of been thrust into the spotlight. And sometimes that can go both ways, can't it? It can either go really, really badly or it can go really, really good. I don't think there's an in-between. So hopefully, for our perspective, he does go really, really good. But I think once Maxwell is back, I think Maxwell will take over anyway. But for the time being, he's going to start the game. So, yeah. And he was also asked about if he was going to look into the free market for a goalkeeper. And he did say that he didn't think he would be doing that, but he wasn't ruling it out completely. Now, Blue Nose says, what's happening with Town? Really thought Blues and Town top two. Yeah, look, mate, it's a mix of everything, really. I think recruitment never really was up to, we didn't get what we needed. The depth in the squad, as we've seen, isn't the best either. The quality that's in when we get injuries, the quality that the players that come in aren't anywhere close to what our first team players like. So I think, and then obviously we've been playing with a formation for me that hasn't really suited our game. And Duff, our manager, doesn't seem to want to change it. So these are combination of things, to be fair. And yeah, recruitment a massive one. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. Yeah, can't stand attendance FC fans. However, I will say one thing regards Blues fans in socials: Brummy humour in a lot of cases. As it increases by 10 million, as it increases by 10 million every day, how much we have spent. Blues fans are generally very down to earth. I take anything on Twitter with a pinch of salt, so it's all in good fun. Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I don't know any Birmingham fans in person. I've just seen what I've seen on social media. I've just seen fans that are just very, very arrogant, very, very loud. And to be honest with you, yeah, okay, if it's humour, then fair enough, but I don't particularly find it funny. I just think it comes across in the wrong way. But look, Blue Terry says this is Chapman's chance to show how good he is and potentially establish himself in the first team. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it is a big opportunity for him, don't get me wrong. But I think when you've got a young keeper like that, I think sometimes it can make or break them, to be honest with you, when you kind of put them in the deep end. I know it's going back years now, but if you remember what happened with Ryan Schofield, who got thrust into the spotlight because of injuries to the goalkeepers. He wasn't really ready, and it completely broke him, really, didn't it? Because then, look, he started making mistakes very early on, and it just spiraled, didn't it? So, yeah, no, but it's a big opportunity, and I'm keen to see what he can do, absolutely. Blues fans aren't arrogant, it's just banter. Yeah, like I said, I don't really understand that kind of banter that they're having. I think, I just don't really like it too much. But anyway, team news. So let's have a look. So Danny Ward is injured again, guys. Surprise, surprise. Danny Ward is injured again. Whoa, shock, horror. Apparently he's pulled his calf. He's not been training with the group for the last couple of weeks. So again, I said it when we renewed his contract, it was a complete and utter waste of time, because I'm sorry, even when he's fit, yes, he comes up with the odd goal here and there, but he's very wasteful in front of goal. And also, his injury record is poor. So he's into his final year of his contract now, I believe. So yeah, I don't want to see it renewed in all due respects when the end of the season comes, because he just isn't good enough. And also the wage that he has as well. He's apparently one of the highest earners. I don't know how true that is, but he's just not good enough. So yeah, Danny Ward is injured again. So who knows when we're going to see him again? Who renewed Ward's contract? Well, it was when Neil Warnock was here, wasn't it? So Neil Warnock seemed to like. Well, we know how much Neil Warnock loved it. Likes him. So I think Neil Warnock had quite a lot of say on that. But yeah, we had it shit for these last 13 years. We're just enjoying a bit of winning. Yeah, fair enough. I think just because you've got Rich Jones now, though, you think you're all, you think you're bigger than you are. Like, yeah, it's great to have money, and absolutely, But I don't know. I think you still got to stay very level-headed. But look, it's just my opinion. I get what people, obviously, Birmingham fans saying. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying I don't get you, but it's just what we've kind of seen, and not really particularly liked how it's come across at times. But look, we're gonna get into. I'm gonna get into my predicted lineup that I would. Well, not my predicted, my starting lineup I'd like to see. Let me know who you would like to start in the team tomorrow for us. Put it in the chat, and we'll read those out. But first, we're gonna get into mine. And yeah, hopefully we have one or two to read out. So get your team lineups in the chat. And again, guess what? I have forgotten to put the team graphic in the overlays. So again, second time running, I've forgotten. So guys, I think we're just gonna stick to me reading it out rather than going and getting the graphic. Uploading it, sorry, because it's just too much hassle here with it. So anyway, so yeah, look, Jacob Chapman looks like he's going to be starting in goal, obviously. So another opportunity for him to see how he does. He's going to have a very busy evening, so there's no doubt about that. So how is he going to cope with that? I like Chapman though. I think he's a great keeper. I have got four at the back with Mikael Miller. At left back, he did come on. Obviously, he just come back from injury, but obviously he did come on. It's against Reading, got some minutes under his belt, so I think he should be able to start now. I know you've got to be careful with him because he is very injury prone, but look, we need it in. Need must. Longvik and Pearson at in centre back, and Brodie Spencer on the right. I've got two holding midfielders of Kasumu. I think Kasumu, in the Reading game, I thought it was brilliant. I think he brings aggression. He gets in people's faces. He gets a tackle in. He's quick as well. I think I really enjoy watching him play. So look, I think he's great that he's back, and I think he should start the game because yeah, he offers a lot for me. And then we've got Hodge obviously alongside him. I think he should be starting as well. He does offer something as well. Very quick, mobile, and yeah, he's try and thread those passes through. But again, how much of the ball are we going to have? I don't really know, to be honest, because the thing is, if we are not good with the ball, then the pressure is going to keep building, and we're just going to be on it. We're going to be under it from the very first minute. So we better keep all that ball when we get it, because we're just not going to see it for much of this game, if not. The three attacking midfielders, I've got Josh Cromer on the left, Anthony Evans in the cam, and Callum Marshall on the right, with Bojan Radulovic up front. So yeah, that's my starting 11, a 4-2-3-1, and I think that is the best way to go. We know we're going to start with the back three, guys, because Duff likes it, and yeah, but I think the back four is the way forward for us ultimately. Blue Terry says 3-4-2-1. Chapman in goal. Lomvik, Lees, Spencer, and Miller at the back. Hogg and Kasumu in the Hogg, Kasumu, Sorensen, and Evans, and JK and Radulovic. In fact, no, sorry. Hogg, Kasumu, Sorensen. Wait, have you got more players there? Because I can't. 3-4-2. You've gone for a weird formation. Maybe you've gone for JK and Evans in the front in the two further advancing positions, and then Radulovic up top. So yeah, but yeah, fair enough. Decent lineup, yeah, I think I'm not too sure about Hogg and Kasumu playing together though. I'm not sure you got the balance there, right? But fair enough. Brad says I'm going in net tomorrow. I've just decided. Look, I mean, we obviously we haven't got much options at the moment, so maybe we should give you a try then, Brad, in goal. We'll only lose 1-0 if I go in net. Fair enough. I think you're a good goalkeeper then. Ian says he wants to go for a 4-2-3-1, so Chapman in goal, Miller, Lomvik, Pearson, and Spencer at the back, Kasumu and Hodge in the two holding positions. The third advancing midfielders of Sorensen, Evans, and Koroma, and then Marshall to lead the line. Yeah, interesting look. I like that. I do like that as well. You've gone with the same formation as me, but a bit different personnel-wise. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I get why people are putting Sorensen into the midfield, more advanced midfield, because he's very good going forward, isn't he? But defensively, we know he's not that great. So yeah, I mean, I can understand why you've gone for Sorensen in the midfield, because he's, like I say, he's good going forward. Maybe that should be his position moving forward, midfield. Blue Terry is set, but yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ian, for that. Really good to see your lineup, and yeah, I think it's a solid lineup, and I think I wouldn't be unhappy to see that at all. Yeah, absolutely. Blue Terry says, imagine it with Miller and Lassie as wing backs, Hogg and Kasumi in CDM with JK and Evans as number 10s. Yeah, I mean, look, I do understand what you're saying, but I'm not too sure about the Hogg and Kasumu link, because I think they're very much similar type players, and you really need two players like do the same job kind of thing. I know Kasumu does like to get forward a little bit as well, but I don't know. I think they're very much similar type players. But yeah, no, look, fair enough. I do understand your thinking behind that. Now, we are going to get into the score predictions, the dreaded score predictions, but we are going to look at what Michael Duff has also said in the press conference today as well, a little bit more of what he said. Now, apparently he's set to speak with the owner tonight, and he said he spoke to him last Monday and shall speak to him again tonight. I would imagine he's exactly the same as everyone else, frustrated and disappointed with the last few games, absolutely. He also reflected on the Reading game. Performance was much better. We've been through it today. If we play that game 10 times, we win it 7 or 8 times. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't really understand. There's a few comments in this, guys. I think to myself, what are you talking about? If we place that game 10 times, we win 7 or 8 times. I don't think so, because if you put the mistakes into it and you put that we play for, we show glimpses of what we can do, I'm afraid that's not going to win your football matches. So again, I don't exactly agree with what he's saying there. We played much better. We did play better, but could it have got any worse, really, the performance from what we've seen prior? No, it couldn't. So again, he's just papering over the cracks, trying to make us fans look like fools. And we know it was a better performance the other day, but ultimately it still resulted in a loss, and it still couldn't have got any worse than what we've seen previously. So let's not get carried away with it was a much better performance. It was a better performance, not much better. And he said, I thought we've handled Reading quite well and should have won the game. Again, you can't win a football game if you show glimpses of the match and you make the mistakes that we do. So again, we shouldn't have won the game. because we didn't play well enough to win it. So, and we were giving away chances left, right, and centre. We were wasteful, as you know, with possession. So again, no, I'm not buying all these comments, guys. Duff on this losing run, he says, we've just got to deal with the reality of the situation. We had a really positive start and we are going through a sticky patch. Yeah, I mean, look, it was positive, but again, it wasn't great. You know, we were winning games, but it wasn't great, as we've already discussed previously. So yeah, that was just papering over the cracks. Still implementing a lot of things. Well, yeah, that's fine, but we do need to see results as well at the same time as when you're implementing things. It's all right saying you're implementing a lot of things, but we need to see what you're implementing on the match day. It's all right saying that you've had a good week in training. Well, show us that on a match day. Don't just say it, because unfortunately, if you produce the rubbish that we've produced, you know, in matches recently, then I'm sorry, the fans will be questioning, well, what the hell is going on in training? Because clearly not a lot. He said, keep working hard and hopefully turn a look. Well, yeah, you earn your own look. You have got to work hard, but I question a lot of these players' applications and attitudes, guys. And I say it back, I go back to it. When the going gets tough, that is when you should see the character of this squad, the leadership of this squad, what they are made of. It's all right when you're winning games. But what do you do? What are the players' reactions when you're going through a bad patch like we are now? Are you going to shy away from it? Are you going to front it up and take responsibility? I'm afraid too many players shying away from the limelight at the moment and not, you know, coming to the front saying, "Look, let's take this game by the scruff of the neck and let's do this." And final quotes. My job is to look past the results. Supporters are always results. Again, this is another comment that really annoyed me. Supporters are always results obsessed, and it's a results based industry. Again, I don't know if I'm reading too much in this, but supporters are always results obsessed. Well, of course we are. Of course we're results obsessed, because ultimately, if we're falling below the levels of performance and we're not getting results, 5 losses out of 6 games, then yeah, but you know, so I don't know, is that a dig at the fans? Am I reading too much into that? I don't know, but supporters are not results obsessed. We want to see good performances and we want to see results as well, but to say we're results obsessed, yeah, we want to win every game, of course, but we know we're not going to. But I don't know if I'm reading too much into that, guys. Let me know in the comments. I don't know if it was a bit of a dig at the fans, unless it's meaning supporters in general, football fans in general are results obsessed, but I don't know. He also said there's only really the Blackpool game we got soundly beaten by the better team. Again, I disagree. We again, in the games that we lost, we deserved to lose. We didn't show enough to win those games. And, you know, if you look at the Rotherham game as well, that was atrocious. And I'm sorry, the Northampton game as well. You're telling me that we deserve to win against Northampton? I don't think so. So I'm sorry. You know, okay, the Blackpool game was the only game we got really soundly beaten, but I don't really understand what his phrases are saying here. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Yeah, we do. Too many mistakes. Let's have a look at the comments now. Sorry, guys, I've just been finishing off that, but we are going to get to the comments now. We've got some score prediction. I'll leave that in a minute. I'll leave that for a minute, Blue Terrier, because I'm going to say my prediction first. Can I just ask, by the way, what is wrong with Nagel? Has a break from Twitter, then all of a sudden he turns up with no mention of Huddersfield. He talks about his American club. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, I saw that actually. I woke up this morning and I thought, you know, I was just browsing social media and obviously Kevin's tweet came up. And I thought, interesting. You decided to comment on your club in America that's won, but no mention of town yet. Very, very interesting. I'm sorry. And I agree, it is shocking. And yeah, I don't understand what the silence is about, really, on the town front, really. I suppose maybe he's trying to, you know, wait a bit, because obviously I think he knows deep down the fans have already lost patience already now, and we're really at breaking point. He's seen the he's on social media, so he's seen the reaction on social media. Don't worry about that. But the fans have had enough already. So I don't know if he's trying to calm the tensions a bit, but unfortunately, again, lose badly tomorrow night again, and it's just going to be continuing for the rest of the week, and so he really does need to come out and speak at some point. But yeah. Oh, you've got a prediction. You already said that earlier, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Hello, Josh. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm late. No worries. Thanks for coming in. Anyway, we're getting forward tomorrow. Yeah, we're no one's confident in this chat this evening about the game, unsurprisingly, of course. I hope Kev sacks Mark before the January window and brings in someone at least semi-competent. It'll be the only chance to save the season. Yeah, I agree. And we said that earlier before you came in, Josh. We're talking about, we need certain players in January, and we're already talking about January already. It just sums it up, doesn't it, really, with the seasons we've had. But yeah, we're already talking about January. It just shows how badly the summer was, wasn't it? So, look. But yeah, we were saying that earlier. The fact is, I don't trust the board at the moment. So we need to replace Mark Cartwright with somebody a lot better than him before we get to the January window. So I kind of said that earlier, so I agree. But yeah, look, did anyone else watch the press conference today, by the way? Because obviously Anthony Evans was the player that spoke. And for me, I've got to say, I don't know if it's because he's a very chilled back kind of guy, very laid back. I don't know if that's because of what he kind of is, kind of like what kind of character he is. But I saw a player that his body language looked very poor to me. Of course, and if I'm being honest, he looks fed up to be here. And yeah, I did recognise that, and I thought, yeah, I mean, look, you want players to come out and show a bit of fighting talk, be a bit more determined to put things right. But it seemed like a shrug of the shoulders attitude when he was answering questions from the media. So yeah, I was very bemused by Anthony Evans' body language today, and the kind of couldn't care less kind of attitude that he certainly came across to me that he was kind of portraying. None of the players are very good in front of the media. Well, yeah, that's true, but I still think it was quite poor on that front in terms of what I saw from the body. You want a bit more positive body language than that, really. More, you know what I mean? You just want a bit of determination kind of words to kind of really say, you know what, we're going to dig deep and start picking up results. But there was no kind of feeling like that really with what I saw, what I was seeing really. So yeah, but you're right. None of the players are good with the media. I do agree, but that's not really an excuse for why they come across so poorly. I do believe Duff will change the formation for tomorrow. Unpopular, but I'm for starting Ladapo. Oh, Josh, I'm not sure about that. Bloody heck. I don't know about that, but fair enough, it's your opinion. We can't be playing 2 5'7" strikers against 2 centre-backs who are 6'5", 6'7". I get what you're saying, but we have got Bojan Radulovic, who does look better. He hasn't shown much, but he certainly looks a bit sharper than we've seen. So I think he's obviously quite tall as well. Not much on him, admittedly. He's not really a hustle and bustle kind of centre forward, but he's tall. He doesn't win many duels, does he, really, to say the tall man? But yeah, I do get what you're saying about like looking at their centre backs that they've got and our kind of strikes the way we play with Corona and Marshall. So I do get the thought process, but I wouldn't start the dark, but absolutely not. Hopefully, it will be a 4-1-2-3, but 3 up front for an attacking threat. Yeah. I hope that protest happens on Saturday against Mark Carter. Yeah, I mean, look. We're going to get into the guys. We've actually got a stream scheduled for Wednesday. Just a stream where we're going to kind of look at things and kind of like talk about the demand for change. The demand for change from the top. And we need it. We need the demand for change. And we're going to talk about the potential protest. I'm not sure how serious that is, actually, to be fair. I don't know if it was just... I know Simon on X is quite a... I don't know, he may say things up. I don't know if it's something that he's planned or he's planning. It might be worth dropping him a message actually and seeing where he's at with that, and obviously maybe bring more details to the table on Wednesday for the show that I've got planned. But hopefully, I mean, we as fans have to stand against this board now. We have to make a lot of noise. We have to make sure that we get Cartwright out the door as soon as possible, because we should. The thing is, with what Pricey said earlier, we shouldn't accept it. We shouldn't accept what's going to happen here. That's just lowering the standards. We want the very best for this club, and if we're just going to accept incompetent people like that in the board, then I'm sorry, where are the standards? So yeah, no, we shouldn't accept anything. But anyway, let's get into the score predictions, guys, because look, I'm not going to be very confident this evening, and I've already shown the case why, but I think we're going to lose this game, guys. I really do, and we're not going to just lose this game, we're going to lose very badly. I'm not going to go as high scoring as Aidan has got, but for me, I can see a 3-0, 4-0 loss. We're going to this game devoid of confidence, and I'm sorry, the players are not showing any kind of fight, any kind of positive outlook on things. It's just not good enough. The mistakes are so bad. The defending is atrocious, and we're not going to get away with it in this game. And we're not just going to get beat. We're going to get beat badly, and I've got a bad feeling about tomorrow night. And it's just going to be another horrible evening. And yeah, it just sums up how badly this club is being run, and much longer will the fans continue to put up with this? Because we're seeing a lot of discontent amongst the fan base already, and it's only early days. But I think it's going to keep getting worse if this continues. And I think we as the fans have to stick together. We have to go against the board, and we have to demand change at the top, because that's where it all stems from. That's all this stems from. The recruitment, keeping players in that shouldn't be anywhere near that first team. You should have got rid of them. Why are we keeping players that have let down this club season in, season out, and expecting anything different? We got new players in. Yeah, we did. But again, we miss out on a striker that we so desperately needed. Our number one target was a striker. We failed to do it. Or not we, they failed to do it. Surprise, surprise. So, yeah, for me, we're going to get beat 3 or 4-0. Maybe I should go for 4-0 to them. No confidence going to the game whatsoever. Don't think it's going to be any different to what we've seen. And it's just going to be another bad night at the office. And the negativity will continue for the rest of the week. And that's it. Anyway, let's get to the comments. I have kind of gone off on a rant again, but I'm just finished. I'm just done with the season already. I honestly am. That's how I feel at the moment. Until the players start showing something to the fans, I'm sorry, this feeling will stay with me and many other fans that feel the exact same way as me. Because we need to see something on the pitch. Never mind telling fans to turn up and support the team. Show us something on that pitch to get behind, rather than keep relying on fans to keep getting behind the team. I'm sorry, the players need to start taking responsibility, and we need to start playing a hell of a lot better than this, because we are in a league below what we were last season, and it is the same old rubbish that is being served. It's not acceptable. Anyway, I'm going on a rant, and I'm going to stop now before I go any further. But let's have a look at the comments. Honestly, smash the likes. People heard that there will be a protest against Nagel and Ratcliffe. So, well, we don't know. I mean, obviously, Simon did say it on X the other day. Not sure. I'm going to have a chat with him, actually. We do follow each other. So I might give him drop him a message and see if it is concrete that he's going to go ahead with that. And I'll certainly be down there. Because we have to stand against this now. I'm tired of accepting mediocrity. Some fans in this fan base might want to accept anything the club does. But I'm sorry, when the board at the top are failing in every department, then you are just letting failure happen. As fans, we have to use our voices peacefully and make our voices heard, loud and clear. Not that we don't do it on social media, but I just think in person it is a more powerful kind of thing as well. just to, so look, we're going to wait and see if that happens, but that's... Terriers must win this. I'm going to go with 2-1. I'm sorry, Horace. You are completely... I don't think so. I don't know what the word I'm looking for right now, but I think you are completely wrong. How you can predict a 2-1 win against a team that has won 6 on the bounce in Birmingham. They've got the quality they have. If you've seen the performances that we've been bringing to the table in recent weeks, you've seen the results, I know that, but the performance has been way below the levels required. We're just going to get battered tomorrow night, I'm afraid. We're not going to win this game, and I can say that with confidence. And yeah, I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love to be surprised, but I'm not going into this game with any confidence whatsoever because of what I've seen in recent weeks. I'm sorry. But look, I would be delighted to see that happen, but I just don't think it will. Josh, I think Negro has good intentions, but he's clueless on how to run a club, which might even be weird knowing how well Sacramento has been doing in America recently. I don't want to, but I'm losing faith in him. Look, again, I said this in the other stream, Josh. You cannot compare his American club to a club like ours. I'm sorry. His American club are an amateur club. It's nothing compared to running a club in this division, in this league in England. It's nothing. So I don't think success, how well they've done over there in America. I don't think you can't really say much about that because the levels are just not comparable, I'm afraid. They're just not. So that's just my opinion. But we are losing faith in him because the reality is when we are getting all this talk and all this stuff that he posts out, he's been very quiet recently, as you know, but if he's speaking a lot, but not delivering very much, or not going through with what he said, then I think fans will start to lose faith in him, yeah. And I think if he certainly keeps with the same board, people will start to lose more and more faith in him, I'm afraid. So, look, that's where I'm at with it. It's really unacceptable the way this club has been running with Nagel and his best mate, that character. Yeah, no, I agree. It's unacceptable. And like I said, as fans, we have to come together and raise our voices loud and clear. Just really show our discontent about what's happening. Because we are being failed as a football club because of the people at the top, ultimately. And the same mistakes are happening already this season. The recruitment has been bad. But we knew this at the end of last season. We knew that we need to get rid of Cartwright because we knew that in the window we were going to miss out on players that we should have got. We were going to miss out on priority positions, which we did. It wasn't any surprise to me that we did, but it was still infuriating all the same to miss out because, so look, we haven't got any room for sentiments anymore. We haven't got room for sentiments. You cannot hire your friends and allow them to get a free ride along the journey. No matter how badly they perform, their job's safe. No, this is a professional football club. Well, it should be, even though it's run like an absolute circus. It will run like an absolute, an amateur club. So, yeah. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just unacceptable. I agree. It's disgraceful. I do believe that Nagel needs someone to run the club on his behalf. He does. He does need. I'm not saying he doesn't, but the reality is does he have the contacts to get people in that he's going to really, move this club forward in the right direction? Or has he only got the small circle he has, and he's very limited to who he can bring in? As owner, he's going to have to figure that one out because unfortunately, if this continues, well, not if it will continue, but he's going to have to make a change at some point. But we know that Nagel makes changes far too late, as we saw with the manager's situations last season. He waited far too late. We're very naive. So, yeah, he's going to get rid of him at some point because I don't see how you can. If this, but when is he going to? Something that really annoys me about telling the happy clappers, the people who say, "Oh, but Nagel saved us from liquidation," that should be the bare minimum from an owner. Yeah, look, I've already explained that before, Josh, about this as well. I mean, look, there is a lot of happy clappers among this fan base who are quite happy to accept anything the club does And if you dare question it or if you dare critique it on social media, you get a lot of abuse from these happy clapper fans, because apparently we all have to accept everything the club does, apparently. No, that's not the case. Just because certain section of this fan base want to accept mediocrity and to accept anything the club does, doesn't mean that everybody has to be in the same position and everybody wants to just, settle for the bare minimum. No. So I agree. This rubbish that you cannot criticize the owner, you can't say anything bad about the owner because he saved the club. Right, okay then. So he saved the club, so he can't be criticized. Anything he does is all fine. It's going to be brushed under the carpet because he saved the club. And I'm not going to say I'm not grateful for him saving the club, because of course I am. But the reality is, I cannot accept how this club has been run at the moment. And keeping in people that have made mistake after mistake, it's not acceptable. So, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. It really infuriates me as well, don't you worry. And maybe the standards would be a bit higher if more of this fan base actually push for more and not accept just the bare minimum. But look, we've kind of gone off a tangent here, to be honest with you guys. But look, we've got to finish the show now because look, in fact, we're going to go to the score prediction, because obviously a few people did put the score predictions earlier, but obviously I was away. I was doing my own, and now I'm going on a rant again. Everybody else's comments are fabulous. Thank you very much, everybody. Blue Jays was 4-0 Birmingham, May times 2 Stanfield right to score. Fair enough. Like I say, I've gone for 3 or 4-0, probably 4. In fact, I think probably 4-0 to be fair. I seem to remember. And Aidan, you went for a 7-0 loss. I know you did because you said it, but your comment has disappeared somehow. Look. Yeah, your comment has disappeared. I don't know. Oh, it's there. So you're going for 7-0. Birmingham. I'm not going to read the scores out because it really doesn't matter. We don't really care about who scores for them. Isn't it ironic how the weather has been pissing rain the same day is announced that Nichols is out for Birmingham? Yeah, I mean, look, just sums it up, doesn't it, really, at the moment, what's going on at the club. Just injuries galore. Not just injuries that are just slight niggles, but just serious injuries, but it is quite ironic, I agree. And you've gone for a 2-1 Birmingham, so you've gone for a closer game, but you think they will win still. But yeah, I don't know. They have been leaking goals, Birmingham, but again, I don't know. I just have a very bad feeling about tomorrow night, guys, and that's it. But yeah, look, we're gonna wrap it up anyway. As I said, I will be going live tomorrow night for a live watch along, bringing you full match commentary. Hopefully, I love your company, guys, by the way, so hopefully you can join me. Hopefully you can make it happier for me in some way, because I'm not expecting anything happy on the pitch to happen. But it is good to have your company, so hopefully you can tune in. I'm going live at 7:15 tomorrow, so hopefully you guys can be there for that. It'd be good to see you there. But yeah, make sure you do drop a like on the video on your way out if you can, if you haven't already, and subscribe if you can as well. It does help the channel grow. We're really pushing towards that 700. If you can get there as soon as possible, that would be fantastic. And I appreciate everybody's support. I value every single one of you that come in here and contribute. You've made some very good points this evening. Of course, Birmingham fans coming in too. So yeah, everybody's welcome. Brilliant contributions tonight, and it's been a good stream. Even though it's been a bit of a ranty stream, because there's not much positivity to be talked about recently, is there? So I don't know. I've got a few things off my chest, I guess, and I feel a little bit better for it. It's a brilliant live stream mate, up the town. Yeah, big up to you, Ian. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Have a good rest of the evening, whatever you get up to, guys. And we'll see you back here tomorrow night at 7:15 onwards as we bring you a live watch along for our next game against Birmingham City. Is this going to be a game that we will really suffer in? I really have a bad feeling about tomorrow night, as has been described in this video this evening. But yeah, take care, everybody. thanks for your support. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.